Okay, so the next job is these two eco-worthy solar panels. They're 130 watt and they're the flexible panels. See that? So the reason I've gone with these is they're lighter, they're easier to fit. I know they're perhaps not quite as efficient as the other panels, but also like the stealthiness of them. Once they're up there, you're not going to see them from ground level. So like everything on the van, as I keep saying, it's a compromise. There's pluses and minuses to everything. The pluses for these, as I've just said, I think they're lighter, they're easier to fit, and they're more stealthy. So that's what we're going with. Right, so the sun's shining. It seemed to make sense before I stick these to the roof to make sure that they both work. That's the second one on there. You can see we've got some lovely sunshine. I know the sun's a little bit low, and I'll just show you what we're getting out of that at that. So there you can see sort of 28 watts or so going in. So yeah, so the panel's working. That's just what we're getting on that today. This is I'm sort of tilting the panel more towards the sun, which does sort of prove the point that if you can tilt panels and direct them more towards the sun, you definitely get more from them. But yeah, there we go. Right, yeah, so there we go. So they're both going side by side like that on the van, just up there. In fact, I'll show you that now. Right, so you can see the cables are already installed there through the gland, and they're going to lay side by side facing that way across the van. So one of the issues I've got is these ribs across the van means there's not a lot to attach that to. So I've got some plastic that I'm going to cut and put some strips in across these. This obviously needs cleaning properly. I'm going to clean all the roof before I install anything, but I'm going to cut some plastic strips here so I've got extra for it attached to attach to, so not just on these ribs. Yeah, they're starting on this rib and they go across to about the end of there is where they fit to. So I'm going to put a plastic piece in there, there, and there, and they finish there. So that will also leave some good ventilation through to help cool them down. The plastics, it's polycarbonate, they sort of looks like cardboard. I'll show you that. So that also helps keep them cool, which I'm led to believe is a good thing for the solar power panels. So yeah, if they were on there now, I would currently be getting about 60 watts out of them. So it's not tons when the sun's shining on a day like this, but yeah, it's we're only in April and the sun's quite low, but 60 watts would be more than enough to run the fridge, which if we were in the van at the moment is probably the only thing that we'd have running. So there we go. So that's what we're doing. That's where they're going. Right, so there we go. This is what we're using to mount it. Multi-wall polycarbonate, and if you look at the construction there, it's basically like cardboard. So obviously air can run through these channels and helps keep it cool. So yeah, it's gonna sit on, gonna cut that, the strips that I need from that. I think that cost me £28 in B&Q. So yeah, cut the strips down, ready for that. That's all I'm doing today, and then tomorrow I'll be ready to go, clean the van, stick it down, and away we go. Right, so we're actually a little bit later down the line, but there we go. That's a template cut out from the packing from the panels, just to show where that's going to go. So it starts on this rib takes in this rib, this rib, this rib and this rib, and finishes there. So I've got some Gorilla tape, permanent tape, which will go on the front edge, down this side, sorry, on the front edge up there, down the bike and down this side, on the ribs in the middle. I'm going to spot those with some heavy duty Velcro, the same stuff that we used for the bed, if you've seen that video, for the bed slats. Some heavy duty Velcro to hold it down in the middle, and I'm going to leave, I don't know whether to leave all or at least some of the bike open, because these vents, these ribs obviously create a gap underneath which will allow some ventilation. So taking that into account, I don't think I need to use the plastic board I bought. Plastic, what's it called? Can't remember what it's called, but yeah, the corrugated board. I don't think I need to use that. I think I can put that straight on there. I might use it at the back to bring this level up, because obviously you've got the rib there and then nothing there. So a couple of lengths of that in at the back, just to bring that up so it's not touching onto the van there. And I think we're good to go at that. So one there, one where I am here, but the next one will start pretty close in there, and that will still leave me room then to get up onto the van from the back. So next job is to clean this lot again, and I'm going to sand and key some of this just to help the tape to stick. I'll show you the Gorilla tape I'm using, but yeah, just to help that to stick, I'm going to sand and key around the edges there where that's going to stick. Right, so I cleaned it off with soap and water first. The next step then is to go over it with this to just make sure we've got rid of any grease and anything. So yeah, isopropyl alcohol, surgical spirit, I think is another name for it, or rubbing alcohol. Anyway, pretty sure it'll do the job, just to make sure there's no grease or anything left on there. The last thing I want is for this stuff not to take when it goes on. So yeah, cleaned the van, and now I'm going to go over it with this before actually sticking it down. Right, so this is what I'm relying on to keep it in place. Permanent rubberized tape, Gorilla waterproof patch and seal, permanent rubberized tape. Sticks underwater, works in extreme temperatures, and extra strong adhesive layer. Yeah, it was on plastics, wood, glass, steel, vinyl, PVC and more. It's airtight, it's flex and stretch, it's UV resistant, it's indoor outdoor use, yeah, all of that. So hopefully it will do the job. It comes in different colours. I've gone for clear, just so it doesn't look such a mess up here on the van. Not that anybody sees the roof, but yeah, it's 100mm wide, so it's a good thick tape, and that is what I'm going to rely on to keep this on the roof. One or two people have said it, you know, sticking down solar panels, no, bolt them to the roof. It's the only way to be sure. We fitted 2 windows on the side of the van, and they're held on with adhesive. So yeah, I think if the job's done right, they should stay on. Done the research, seen quite a few people online and such that have stuck them down, and fine. I know sometimes they come off, but I can only assume it's when the job's not being done right. Hopefully I'm doing the job right and I'm using the right gear. So yeah, pretty confident, and this is what I'm going with. Just going to cut that to size, and then we're ready to start with the first panel. Right, so there we go then. That's the Velcro in place for the first one. You can see it's sort of wrapped around the ribs there, so it won't all make contact, but there's 4 of those roughly in the middle. You can see the scratch marks where I've keyed the side. It's pretty much across the middle to give that some support in the middle. So then, yeah, tape down that side, across the front of it, down that side of it. Obviously that's where the air is going to hit it, so don't want the air getting under that. So that's the plan there, to hold that down and the Velcro across the middle. Fingers crossed. There we go then. As I said, I've put a panel, or I've used the gorilla tape down the side there. You can see overlap the joint there. Took it round there, cut a small section out around the fan, and on the same down there. I've got the Velcro strips, as you saw, across the middle, and I did put some extra little pieces down just on here to hold that. So that's the first one in. Once I know that's up and running, I've attached the second one, and the proof will be in the pudding once we get on the road that it stays in place. I'm pretty confident we're using the right stuff. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Right, there we go. Okay, so we're on a little adventure, as you can see. Now the first thing you tend to worry about when you put these things on, certainly for me anyway, is that what you've done is right and they stay on. As you can see, they stayed on. So the first one's on and stayed on. That's the good news. The bad news is it's not working. There's no supply going down through to the bluette. Now, because I reused the old cables, if you followed this through, these cables here are the old cables that were originally in the van. So I kept those in place and reused them. I've connected on there and there. And I also connected on down by the bluette and put some new MP4 connectors. So these, obviously the 2 connectors from the panel that's on to there. These were the old connectors that were originally on, but had to cut off to move the cable over to here. So I've just redone there, but the actual connectors are fine. I'm pretty confident in these connections. So I think the issue is going to be the new MP4 connectors I put on down at the bluette. So I've had the tester on this, and there's definitely power coming out of this. So I don't think I've done anything to damage that installing it or anything. So I'm pretty confident it's the connectors that's wrong. So I'm going to have to get back down to the bluette and get those connectors off and make sure they're fitted right. But yeah, we're off off by Cheddar, Wookie Farm. For any of you that's followed my cycling videos, this place might be familiar to you. I camped just over there by where that caravan is one time. There was nobody in the field then. Literally, it was out of season. There was only me here, and I think 2 or 3 of these caravans, which I think are sort of semi-permanent. And I was camped up a little bit further up from where that caravan is. Where the people are going down there is a ford across the river. That's the River Axe. And as I was setting up tent, 2 deer came out from them, bolted across this field. But yeah, so yeah, that's where we're at. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to get down there and crack on with this. Right, so I found the old MP4 connectors, and sure enough, the male connector coming down from the roof there on that cable wasn't right. I've took that off and put a new one on. It was the first time I'd fitted these, and I wasn't sure when I put that on, if I'm honest, but I thought it looked like it should be okay. No, it's got to be spot on. It is spot on now, and we have a charge from the solar panel. I'll just show you that, what's going in. Right, so there we go. You can see there 67 watts going in. So we're up and running. Happy days. Right, so there we go then, happy days. That's another job ticked off. We now have solar working, 67 watts going into that. Happy with that. Get the other one up there, that would have been, yeah, so 134 watts going in. Yeah, happy with that. It's where we're at. So yeah, happy days, another job done. Hope that was useful for you. As always, if it was, please give us a thumbs up. If you've not already subscribed. There's still more videos to come. Going to be doing the water system shortly, fitting a filter and cleaning the system out and fitting a filter so it's usable for drinking water. If that's of interest for you, come back with me next time. Thanks for watching.